Hi, this is LuckGod. This will be my second battle report. This battle will be Signar versus Retribution, Blaize versus Kaelyssa. The scenario we're playing is two fronts. I got to go first, so I deployed Gallant Centurion in the middle with Blaize, Runewood and Journeyman behind. To the right hand side I have a max unit of Sword Knights and then a max unit of Precursor Knights with UA, and to the left of the battle group I've got a max unit of Precursor Knights with another UA from the tier and a max unit of Sword Knights, and advanced deployed off to the left is Harlan-Versh. The Retribution deployment has Kaelyssa with her battle group deployed in the middle, two Phoenixes on either side with three Manticores in the middle. The House Shield Battle Mage solo and the Arcanists are set up behind, with two units of Battle Mages on each flank. This is the Retribution player's first time playing this list, and as such he's proxying a few models. The Warjacks you can see here are all Manticores for the purposes of this game, and the Stormfall Archers are actually Arcanists. So first turn of the game, his tier benefit prevents me from running, so everything advances up. The Warjacks do manage to get their advance move, so they get to move further than anything else. Arcane Shield goes on Constance, Banishing Ward goes on the right hand unit of Sword Knights, both units of Precursor Knights get a Shield Wall order, and everything just moves up. Retribution turn 1, Phantom Hunter goes on the Manticore in the centre, everything else just moves up. Signar turn 2, Journeyman Warcaster upkeeps Arcane Shield on Constance, Banishing Ward gets upkept on the right hand unit of Sword Knights, both units of Sword Knights run up to get in the way, both units of Precursor Knights walk forward and do Shield Wall. The Warjacks just shuffle forward a little bit trying to stay out of threat ranges, and the Centurion uses Polarity Shield to prevent charges. Constance moves up and pops her feet, so everything in my army is covered within the feet. Harlan-Versh advances and shoots 4 times into the Manticore with the upkeep spell on it, and because of Purgation manages to do quite a lot of damage to it. Retribution turn 2. The left hand Phoenix walks forward and combusts, killing quite a few Sword Knights. I believe it was about 5, and buys an attack and kills another. The Battle Mages walk up, drag in Gallant and knock him down, and then the one of the other Jacks walks forward after receiving some focus from the Arcanists and destroys Gallant. The Manticores all pop covering fires in strategic places. It's hard to see on the left hand zone, but my objective and the covering fires are blocking the precursors from moving. All told I get 6 souls from the feat, so that'll be 6 extra focus next turn. And at the end of the turn, Kaelyssa pops her feat, which gives her entire army stealth, and they cannot be charged. So Signar turn 3, and I still can't charge anything. Kaelyssa's feat shutting down most of what I can do. The unit of Sword Knights that's reduced to 4 on the left just walk in and try and do the best they can to a Manticore and a Phoenix, but don't do anything. The unit of Precursors on the left take a Shield Wall order and back up a bit, hoping to try and countercharge next turn. The Centurion Polarity Shields again at the edge of the zone. The Sword Knights on the right move up to jam, and a few of them get ready on towing the wood on the right to try and countercharge again next turn. The Precursor units on the right pop their mini feet and walk in to the objective and roll really poorly and only do 9 damage to it. Constance, with Arcane Shield still on her, just runs off to reposition to the right, camping 12 focus, being fairly safe. Retribution turn 3, Battle Mages and a Manticore on the left finish off the Sword Knights on the left, and the Phoenix charges into the Precursor Knights and kills a few of them and engages nearly all of the unit. A mixture of Battle Mages and Warjacks on the right kill a few Sword Knights, and Kaelyssa shifts across to the hill on the left. So Signar turn 4, and finally the Signar army can charge. Now that Kaelyssa's fleet's out the way, we can try for a counter-attack. The 4 Precursor Knights that had attacked the objective last turn all died to fire rolls because the objective was fuel. The Centurion walks forward and finishes off the objective, doing the last 6 points of damage that were needed. This allows the Precursor Knights on the right to charge into the Phoenix. They whiff a lot of their rolls and don't achieve anything meaningful. The Sword Knights charge in and try to do some damage too, but don't really succeed in doing anything. On the left, Runewood walks forward and shoots the Manticore. I don't think he does any damage, but he also gives Path to Victory to the Precursor Knights to make them Mat 9. They charge in on the Phoenix and the House Shield solo that had ran up, and one of them manages to charge the Manticore. They do a little bit of damage to the Manticore, kill the solo, and leave the Phoenix on a few boxes. Obviously I'm quite worried about this because it's just going to combust the next turn and slaughter them all. So the Genuine Warcaster walks forward, boosts to hit, needing a 12, and makes it, and then rolls enough damage on his boosted shot to destroy the Warjack, which is pretty lucky. Constance moves over into the zone to threaten, but can't score because I failed to kill the Phoenix on the right. So Ret turn 4, the Battle Mages and the Manticore on the left pick off a few of the Precursors, reducing the unit even further down now. I think there's only 3 left. The Battle Mages on the right hand side drag in Centurion, and then the 2 Manticores nearby destroy him. He also got knocked down by a crit from one of the Battle Mages. The Phoenix combusts and kills all but 1 Sword Knight, which was a bit of a mistake on my point. I probably shouldn't have committed that many troops to try and kill it. So on the left I've only got 3 Precursors left. They charge in at the Manticore on one, and the UA charges a Battle Mage. So they kill a Battle Mage and do a little bit of damage to the Manticore. On the right hand side, the Precursors charge the Phoenix and do a bit of damage to it. One of them charges one of the Manticores that destroyed the Centurion, and the Flag Holder just runs into the wreck marker of Gallant to try and get in the way. But the Phoenix is still alive, so Constance herself charges in, and with flank she's Mat 9 Weapon Master. So after a couple of swings, she finishes off the Phoenix to score and dominate the right-hand zone. So that puts her up to 3 control points to 1 control point to the Retribution player who destroyed the objective a couple of turns ago. So Retribution turn 5, and the Retribution player is looking to kill Constance. Battle Mages go up on the right and kill a couple of Precursor Knights, and one of them hits and drags in Constance a little bit closer, putting her within aiming range of Kaelyssa, who shoots her, hits her, and steals a focus point, which he then uses to buy another attack, but that misses. Battle Mages on the left hand side kill 2 more Precursor Knights, leaving me with just the UA now, sat in the wreck marker of the Phoenix. Other Warjacks and Battle Mages shift around and kill the Precursor Knights that were blocking the Manticore from getting to Constance. So once freed up, the Manticore walks in on Constance with 3 focus and the +2 damage buff that Arcanists can give out. But it has to boost to hit Constance. I believe she was at armor 21, so he was swinging at dice +1 or dice -1. Either way, he manages to do a few points of damage and leaves Constance alive. So Signar turn 6, and this game has been a bit of a grind at this point. I've got hardly anything left, but all I have to do is destroy the Manticore, and I can dominate and win with 5 control points. So I have the Precursor Knights go first. They hit the Warjack but don't really do much. The Journeyman Warcaster charges in and does a couple of points of damage. He's been a bit of a hero this game. And then Constance herself goes last, and 3 or 4 swings later, with flank from the Precursor Knights, she manages to wreck the Jack and win the game. So, although it was a Signar victory, it felt like a really hollow one. We both made mistakes. I mean, I feel I made quite a few. I should have had a unit of Banishing Warded Sword Knights screening the Jacks so they couldn't be pulled in and destroyed piecemeal. I didn't really achieve anything with them, and I fed far too many of my infantry to combustions, which I didn't need to either. But the frustration of not being able to charge until turn 4 due to the Tear Benefit and Kaelyssa's Feat is surprisingly strong, and I hopefully will learn from my mistake and not get tilted about not being able to charge.